Thank you for attending our Senior Design Showcase presentation. We are with McCain Foods, automation of onion placement and singulation.
So who is McCain? McCain is a multinational company and one of the largest producers of frozen French fries and appetizers. At their McCain plant, they produce onion rings. And then finally, they came to us wanting to explore both better usage of data and automation opportunities.
So who are our sponsors? We were sponsored by McCain. You can see Brian up here and April, and then also on the team was Hunter, Jeff, and Phil.
And of course, we couldn't do it without our amazing faculty and staff, our project manager, Bill Browning, our tribe lead, Jeff Falkenberg, and then finally, Edward Delgado for our coach.
And then finally, the workers of the team, the student team, myself as the product manager, John as the development manager. We had another developer, Abdus Sami, and then Gabe Medina, Kyle, and Caden were all on the mechanical engineering side, as this was a multidisciplinary project. So they helped with a lot of the engineering side of it, the claw, the 3D printing, all of that.
So McCain came to us with a couple of problems. The first one was that they didn't have a lot of great analytics on their current lines. They wanted it to be a little bit more clearer. And then compliance with sizing standards was unclear whenever they would get shipments of onions in. And then next, line workers are subjected to physically demanding and repetitive tasks, such as picking up onions and placing them manually on conveyor belt. So that leads us into our opportunities of leveraging existing data to verify that onion suppliers are meeting said sizing requirements. Next, automation can alleviate that physically demanding labor while simultaneously reducing operational costs. And then lastly, data-driven insights can help minimize onion waste throughout the process.
Awesome. So we're going to move on to our solution. Let's focus on that line data for just a little bit. So we were tasked with developing a dashboard as well. The previous team had left us a good starting point, a good basis for an idea of what they were expecting to really see on that dashboard. The biggest thing that we were wanting to do was really do a redesign of how the data was organized on the website itself. We wanted to make sure that it was easy to see all of the lines, all of the line info. So we wanted to focus on the total onions per minute. That was a big statistic that they were wanting to see. The overall fill rate, the average yield, and the total pounds produced. Just an easy way to take a glance at it and to see, are we meeting our target? But as it stands now, this is just a mock-up of where we're at with the dashboard, the idea that we had in mind of where we wanted it to be, how we wanted it to look. So future teams will hopefully be able to optimize that better with the data provided via the McCain factory and just get that working so it is a better and truthful display of where each line is at.
Take a look at the hardware side. We designed and implemented a picker claw that would go down and pick up the onion. Additionally, we designed the algorithm that would determine what angle we needed to pick up the onion based on where the root and stem is. And the goal is to be able to pick up the onion seamlessly to place down on the conveyor belt. And then it set the foundation for next year's team, where their primary goal will be to optimize it to make it a bit faster. And yeah.
Awesome. So the value and highlights, we really wanted to create better accountability on the front side of the production for the people working in the line, in the environment, just that they would be able to, like I was saying, take a glance and just see where their lines were at, just so a manager could check in and say, hey, are you guys meeting the quotas? And instead of, I don't know, maybe, they could say, yes, look at these numbers. And just also allowing for the verification of size and the placement of onions. Each shipment is different, every onion is different. But hopefully this can lead to better understanding of the variations in the production and also just the product. We also laid the groundwork for next year to finish the automation tasks like John was saying, and then also improve upon the dashboard, get it connected completely to that data, and just getting it all running in one fluid motion. So highlights, we got to experience the facility. We toured that first semester. Through many tiers through the facility, we were able to see the production where the robot itself was hoping to be utilized, and just the actual space limitations that McCain has in this portion of their factory. We also got to work with a very diverse technology stack. If you're walking around with the other products or the other projects, you would see a lot of like VR, you'd see a lot of computers, but there weren't a lot of projects that had the opportunity to work with robotics, to work as much with 3D printing and all of those aspects. With that, we were also able to get our hands on custom hardware fabrication. We were able to use part of the actual conveyor belt from McCain for some of our testing. We were able to use, like I said, the 3D printing, but also the powder printer that the university has to offer. And then we were also able to create and develop the full pick angle calculation, that algorithm, for the idea of getting the onion to that % straight. So when it goes through that end cutter, that the onion yield, that percentage would be as high as possible.
So with that, we'd like to extend our thanks to our sponsors, and then would also like to thank our coach, Edward Delgado.